Hello everyone, my name is Alfred Wright. I'm a trader here at Finmax, and today we're doing a market review. Today is March 26, 2018, and this week is March 26th and March 30th. So we're going to look a bit on technical and fundamental analysis for this week to determine which positions are the best to open and at what time. Now let's just wait for everybody to join. If you can hear me well, please put a plus or a rating from 1 to 5 based on the sound quality. And we will begin in around a minute. Just wait everybody to join. Also, if you have any questions, just write in the chat as well. I'll answer them as I'm going through. Alright. Just open up the economic calendar for now. Okay. Okay, everything looks good so far. Alright, then let's begin. I'll introduce myself again. My name is Alfred Wright, and today's a market review for week of 26 March to the 30th of March. Now, Monday is not a big eventful day in terms of news releases. There was the investing.com index. I find it not as important at all. So we had the gross mortgage approvals for Great Britain, the British pound. It's all right, but other than that, there's not really much. Other than there's a Federal Reserve member speaking, Dudley. In general, this whole week there'll be a couple members who will speak a lot more. I'm pretty sure, as you all know, that the Fed was forecasted to have a spike of 3%. However, they are leaving it up to just 2 times or 3 times. But these speeches that they'll be giving is just a bit more news on the monetary policy. So obviously investors are looking forward to all of these speeches, even though Investing.com says that they will not offer high volatility. Maybe for the longer run they will. Now we're looking at Tuesday. A bit more interesting. There's the Spanish CPI, a little bit of volatility, I think, in the morning for the euro. But other than that, we're looking at the consumer confidence at this is 1700 GMT plus 3. So we're looking around 2 p.m. GMT time. Okay, let me actually switch that time here. Okay, universal time. Okay. Alright, 1400 at GMT. Now we're looking at the consumer confidence to be higher, so obviously that'll be really great for the dollar. We're looking at a bullish movement on Tuesday. And now Wednesday is the more important day, obviously, as you can see. Again, a little bit of news for the euro in the morning times, but we're looking at obviously the GDP for the US dollar at the fourth quarter. Now it's forecasted to increase to 2.7%. Obviously that'll be really great and the dollar will go up. Now obviously we want to see a higher than the forecast, so around 2.8. That will be the best possible option. Now we have also the pending home sales for the US dollar. They are expected to increase as well to 2.1%. Obviously that'll be good as well. And finally, the crude oil inventories. Now, they're looking to have a higher number as well, which is not good. We wanted, obviously, to be a lesser number than 1.2 million than the forecast, a smaller number. Now, I don't forecast it to actually be a smaller number. I forecast it to be higher, so the oil price will go down, since there was some news released that there's this new Chinese oil, and it's obviously going to be a big rival of WTI and Brent, so the US and the UK oil. So we'll see what's happening on Wednesday. Obviously, we're looking for more news related to this new Chinese oil, and we'll secure positions for oil based on that. And also a Federal Reserve member, Bostic, is speaking. Now, moving on to Thursday, we have the German unemployment change. Now, obviously, it looks like it's increasing, so not so good. Obviously, want it to be a smaller number than negative 15,000, so we'll see what's happening then. However, that's in the morning. Not a lot of people are trading at that time, So we'll see what's happening. Perhaps a low volatility, more of tuber trading in the morning for binary options. And apologies. Now let's see. There's the GBP, GBP, GDP. We're looking at not change from same as last time, 1.4%. The yearly for the quarter, it's 0.4%. So we'll see if it's probably the same as forecast. It will look most likely continue going. However, there was a lot that happened last week for the British pound, so we'll see where this time it stands. Now, also we have for the Canadian dollar, we can see that the month for January it's looking to stay the same, and for the year we have a decrease from 3.3 to 2.9, so it's not looking that good for the Canadian dollar. Other than that, again, Federal Reserve member speaking, and some news for the Japanese yen. And finally, Friday, we have Good Friday and a couple of not important events. Okay, and then, yeah, Saturday, we have the manufacturing PMI for China. However, it's not as relevant for now. Okay, now, let's see, let's move that away. Let's look a bit on some technical analysis. Now, there's also a couple of news that have been released. I'll just say a little subject fundamentally as well, fundamental news. The US is looking for a deal, a bid with China to avert the whole trade war that Donald Trump has started. However, Donald Trump is now looking to go that direction, so we're looking for more news related to that. Obviously, it's not going to be looking good for the dollar. And I'm pretty sure as everybody heard, there was a lot of marches related to the gun safety in the United States, looking on changing the amendment, perhaps new gun safety law, and etc. So, related more news to that, we're looking for volatility for the US dollar. And other than that, those are pretty much the big news that are out there at the moment. We're looking obviously for more updates throughout the week. So, look for the daily analytics every morning that we keep posting. All right. Now, this is the daily chart for the Euro US dollar. We can see since the dollar dropped, obviously because of all the news, we're looking at the Euro dollar increasing. Now, as of now, we can see it's slightly looks like it's become a bit neutral after it hit our trend line and bounced back off, or the linear regression. A bit mixed. So let's see what's happening for 4 hour. We can see for 4 hours it's been increasing since Friday and today. Looking for the past 4 hours, it's been decreasing. Well, 2 hours. Let's look at 60 minutes. Somewhat in the middle. I wouldn't say there's an exact movement. Let's look at 15 minutes for exact today position. Now, exact today position, it's increasing. I would say for now, great movement right now is from the linear regression. Other than that, I would wait and see for more news. If you want to secure a position for Euro US dollar, again, I would wait for Wednesday. That's where there are a lot of news being released, and there'll be, I think, a change in the movement. So let's see what's happening. I would suggest just not open any positions unless you're trading on short-term. Long-term positions, it's neutral, it's in the middle, it's not as exact right now, so I wouldn't suggest that. Now, the British pound US dollar, we saw the British pound is becoming very strong. We can see right here for the index, increased very well. It fell back with the interest rate. You can see right here, really big change. So today it's already increasing. Now, the interest rate was back Thursday. It's not open yet on the index. So Friday and today it's again increasing in its price. It's unlikely. I don't think it will go up to its highest price it's been, which was back in January. This for the British pound US dollar. Since that was the highest price since Brexit. It had really great momentum. I really don't think it's going to continue moving upwards for too long. I'll just wait a perfect time to enter to go low on the correction. And it broke this level right here. Now, let's look at the dollar yen. Oh yeah, obviously I wouldn't suggest opening any position until now, until there's an exact movement downwards. So let me see. I would say there will be a bit more increase in the price. Maybe, let's see. I would say 100 more pips. I would say around this area at most, maybe around here. Yeah, 1427, 1.427. That's what I would say. I don't see it increasing too high. So I would say just leave it for now. Do not trade in the British pound US dollar. The US dollar Japanese yen. We saw a decrease in the dollar, obviously, as we can see right here. It was decreasing. I think it will continue decreasing in its price. Look at the 4-hour chart. It's pretty low right now. I think it'll drop a bit lower than the linear regression for the dollar index. Now, for US dollar, Japanese yen, it's increasing a bit. Um, the yen itself is looking very good. So that's the case in that. It's obviously supposed to be dropping. Um, what I would say is for the US dollar Japanese yen, just wait for a bit more increase in the price. I would say another hour or two or so at most, and then continue with position to go low. Can delete this, and I think that would be a great position to continue with. As you can see right here, it's increasing and then continuing downwards. So there's an increase for 53 pips. Just increase. There'll be a bit higher, a bit more increase in the price, and then there will be a great movement downwards for today, especially. Until Wednesday, obviously, I'm looking for the dollar to strengthen. So um, that's exactly what I'm looking for it to correct itself like this. Let's look at Euro JPY. Same thing since last week, since we saw the 19th. Decreasing in its price, very neutral back then. We saw today it's increasing already so far. Now, for Euro JPY, let me see for 4 hour. Like I said, there's a German employment change, so we'll see exactly what's happening. But for now, it's increasing in its price, and I reckon it's going to continue that movement. It looks pretty strong. British pound, Japanese yen. Finally saw a decrease in the price of the British pound Japanese yen since what, Thursday? No, yeah, Thursday right here was decreasing. Friday also a bit, and today again it's increasing from this level right here. Pretty great level, as you can see. So, and this one right here is pretty great as well, I would say. Now, again, same thing. I would wait, but I think that based on technical analysis for the British pound Japanese yen, the yen is increasing. You can see right here. That was back Friday. Most likely at the opening, which is you can see right here. That's great. Okay, so that's in a couple hours. I would take British pound Japanese yen down. That's what I would do. I would take it to go low, bearish movement downwards. Just wait for it to increase a bit more, and then take it low. Doesn't matter how the yen increased on Friday. It's decreasing. It's going to decrease. So take Euro Japanese yen perhaps in an hour or so or 2 hours to go low. British pound Japanese yen to go low. There aren't really news that are going to affect the price as much. This is technical analysis. Canadian dollar Japanese yen looks like it's reversing its movement that it had previously. As we saw, since Monday, it was increasing in its price. That's what stochastic RSI is showing. Like, as we saw, it's a bit more neutral. I wouldn't trade on Canadian dollar Japanese yen until Wednesday for the GDP and crude oil inventories, based on the very neutral movement right now. There's not a strong movement upwards. 60 minutes, let's see. You can see right here, it's not as strong. I reckon if it will increase a bit more, then just can go downwards, bearish movement low. I think that'll be a better position. Let's check US dollar Swiss franc. Now, really great that it hit off from the linear regression and went downwards and didn't continue an upward movement. As we can see, it had pretty well for the whole month of March so far. So Since the 21st was decreasing in its price, today we see a little increase. Now Swiss franc itself is increasing its price, so obviously US dollar Swiss franc is decreasing, and what we're looking for the US dollar itself is decreased. So US dollar Swiss franc, great position to continue moving downwards and after increases a bit in its price, as we always see. Now I think that already there's a correction started. I think it's a great position to go downwards in an hour or so. I doubt it's going to just straight go downwards right now. It's going to correct itself slightly. You can see in 15 minutes. And continue and then correct itself and then continue downwards. Um, just like the usual movement. Or for example, take a 30-minute low position. That would be a great position right now. Euro Swiss franc increasing in its price. The Stochastic RSI showing decrease in its price. What I say for the euro? Euro looks like it's increasing. So I would say increase with the price. Let's see. 4 hour. There's not much. Again, technical analysis. It's not showing as much. I would base more on the German unemployment change, because obviously the euro is a lot stronger than the Swiss franc. I think that'll be a better position based on this volatile currency pair. The reason why it's volatile is because euro is a lot stronger than the franc, and related in the news there isn't a counterpart um, to affect the volatility based from the news. So right now it's increasing. It's been increasing great from Friday. It looks like there will be a correction already happening. So I would open position euro franc for the next couple of hours to go low. That would be a great position, I think. Just let it increase for I think another 15 minutes and then take a position to go low. That's a great one. Now British pound for Swiss franc. I'm waiting for this currency pair to drop for a very long time already. So as we can see right here, this was back Thursday again. It dropped Friday very neutral in its results, and today it's already increasing. We can see for 15 minutes very strong. It's decreasing right now. I would take a position to go low, as well binary options CFDs for 4 hours. Increasing its price. I would take a position to go low at least an hour at most, I would say. I think that would be a really great position. So for binary options, especially right now. Other than that, for long term, for today, I'll see perhaps when it reaches around this price level, around here even, I would take a low, fully low, and for the end of the day or until tomorrow even. I think that would be the best position possible for the British pound Swiss franc. Now let's see, US dollar, Canadian dollar, been decreasing in its price. Obviously because the dollar is decreasing. Let's look a bit closer. There will be a lot of volatility for this currency, like always when the crude oil inventories are released, since it affects both the dollar and the Canadian dollar. Let's look today. So far it's decreasing. I wouldn't play around with this currency at all until the crude oil inventories and the Canadian dollar GBP, the GDP. So yeah, we'll just leave this currency for now. Don't trade on it. Better trade it when the GDP is released. That would be a better movement. Now, same basically goes for all the against all the Canadian dollar currencies. Euro GBP increasing in its price now. That's what I'm looking forward to. You can guess the movement from here. Euro is increasing. British pound will be decreasing. So perfect time to take Euro GBP to go upwards. Exactly when? That would be based on the technical analysis. It looks like it will decrease in its price. I would say at maximum take it at this level right here. Let me delete this. As you can see, it hit this, broke this level right here. I would say at this level at most. I very doubt it will decrease lower than that level, lower than this level. Perhaps maybe around this area right here. That looks good. This was back, let's see, what, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So back Wednesday, it hit this level, bounced off. Friday, Thursday hit this level, bounced off. Friday hit this level, bounced off. Either will bounce off again or a bit earlier or decrease in around this little area right here. So right here, right here, right here. Um, how to know when to enter if you see that it's in that area and if you should enter for a trade. This one obviously because of linear regression, here because of the previous levels where it bounced off, all the broken ones. Um, I would say this or this are the most realistic. How to know if you should enter for this one or this one or this one? Just wait until the very end. Just wait until it reaches it, and if it already starts going upwards, that's when you should enter for it. Pretty simple, not as difficult. Don't enter too early. Enter a bit later, I would say, because then you'll join right in the movement on the correction. Other than that, I think those are the best position for Euro GBP. Now US oil. Let's see. Like I said, it's going to decrease in its price. There's the new Chinese oil, the new rival of WTI, um, American oil, and Brent. So let's see how this works. We see it hit the level pretty nicely today so far, and it's been decreasing in its price. Close enough. Um, at the release of the crude oil inventories, I would take a position to go low. I would even take a position to go low now. Gold, base it all off the dollar. Dollar jumping, gold is increasing. I would say it will continue increasing a bit more. Today is just the beginning a bit. It's bouncing around, but gold is increasing. That's my projection. US dollar ruble. There's nothing interesting for that. And lastly, I will just take subject Bitcoin. I'll delete all these. There you go. Bitcoin is decreasing. It was around this area right here after its correction. Look fast, but now it's decreasing in its price. Will continue decreasing, I think, around 7,000 or 6,000, between 7 and 6,000. That looks like a realistic price range. And other cryptocurrencies don't have really much interesting movement, so pretty much already dead out. Now let's see Dow Jones decreasing its price. Really interesting. Probably all those news related to Facebook and other stock markets, and probably other stocks that are in the market, and probably what Donald Trump and the whole trade war is happening right now. So pretty great. Looking for a correction pretty soon, especially right before the earning reports are being released. That'll be the best time to trade, and the best time to actually make really great amount of money from the stocks and indices. IBEX 35 is dropping. Nasdaq is decreasing like we saw from Dow Jones. This up right here. This one right here. And well, Nasdaq look like it's going to start correcting itself. If not today, or if not starting today, then tomorrow. But it looks like it's going to start today. Maybe decrease a bit more even until this area. We can see it's going to decrease as well. S&P 500. Let's see UK. Well, I haven't checked this one in a very long time. It's decreasing, we can see. So FTSE 100. I wouldn't trade on it right now. Just related to all the news, Apple is decreasing in its price. Let's place that right here. It's at a level right here, so I think it'll open up a bit higher or a bit lower and then increase. There's just a lot of things that are happening with the dollar in America right now in general, so it's having a big effect on obviously on the stock market, on the US dollar, on the 10-year yield. So my suggestion right now is to trade when the news are released for the US dollar especially. However, to just move downwards with the dollar. And well, right now move downwards with the dollar. Take dollar low, dollar again, a euro dollar, currencies against the dollar high, dollar against other currencies low. And when the news are released, to take a bullish movement upwards. Obviously based on the result of the news, they could come out negative, but the forecast is positive, so we're hoping for the best. We'll see the news release. I think other than that, this is pretty much it for the market review. Um, there's a lot of fundamental news being released, so we're looking every day, every hour for new updates of what's happening. But the best hot topics right now this week to trade on: the dollar, oil, and I would say, yeah, the dollar and the oil, and other than that, just the GDP for US dollar, the British pound, and Canadian dollar, and yeah, and the euro, German unemployment change. But yeah, dollar and oil are the very most interesting topics this week. They'll offer the best positions in the market and the best opportunities to profit. So I think I'll close this market review based on that note, and I'll see you guys next week.